The universe has been watching over you, quietly guiding the events in your life, and now it has an important message. A connection you've been involved in is about to come to the surface in ways you never expected. You may have approached the situation with caution, choosing to stay silent rather than speak openly about it. Perhaps you've convinced yourself that you are keeping your options open, allowing things to unfold naturally. But deep inside, you know that's not entirely true. There's one particular connection that has occupied your thoughts, one that you've wanted to work out more than you were willing to admit. This connection isn't just one-sided. The other person involved is experiencing something intense, something that they can't seem to control. You think about them often, but their mind is consumed by thoughts of you. It's reached the point where they can't escape it. Your presence lingers in their thoughts no matter what they do. While you've been weighing your choices, considering possibilities, and wondering about the future, this person has already reached a conclusion. They see you as their future, their answer, their only real option. It's not just admiration, it's an obsession. But not the kind driven by selfish desires. Rather, it's the kind of fixation that happens when love becomes undeniable. You will soon witness how this person's feelings manifest. They are not just thinking about you, they're preparing to take action. The universe is aligning everything so that they step forward and make their intentions clear. It may be a conversation, a confession of love, or even a grand gesture that leaves no room for doubt. They want you to know, beyond any uncertainty, that you are the one they choose. At first, this might catch you off guard. You've become accustomed to a certain level of distance, maintaining an emotional buffer. But this person is not willing to keep their emotions hidden anymore. They will make sure you understand exactly how they feel, and in doing so, they might even disrupt the space you've carefully maintained around yourself. This could feel overwhelming. You might even feel the urge to pull back, to question if they are coming on too strong. But deep down, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. You may have told yourself that if this relationship works, great, that if it doesn't, you'd be fine moving on. Yet the truth is, you want it to work. And now, the universe is showing you that it's about to happen. This person won't hold back. Their emotions will spill over, and their words may come out in a rush, excited, nervous, intense. You may even find yourself telling them to slow down, to take a breath, because their feelings are pouring out so fast that they can barely contain them. There will be a moment, a single, undeniable moment, where everything becomes clear to you. Something they say, something about the way they look at you, will strike you in a way that nothing else has before. And in that instant, the idea of keeping your options open won't make sense anymore. The universe is preparing you for this revelation. It's not just about you and this person. It's about the ripple effect this will create in your life. There are people around you, some you may not even be aware of, who have developed feelings for you. People who saw something special in you and held on to a quiet hope. When this connection comes to light, it will silently break some hearts. But the truth cannot be hidden any longer. This connection is real, and soon, it will be undeniable to everyone. The universe has a way of making sure you see what has always been there, even if you've tried to ignore it. And now, it is orchestrating the perfect moment, one where you will no longer be able to overlook the truth about this connection. For a long time, you've approached the situation with logic, telling yourself that it's better to keep your emotions in check. Maybe you even convinced yourself that this wasn't something serious, that it was just another experience, another possibility among many. But the reality is different. There is an undeniable pull between you and this person, one that refuses to fade no matter how much time passes or how much distance exists between you. They feel it even more intensely than you do. They don't just think about you occasionally, you are constantly on their mind. It's as if every part of their day somehow leads back to you. Whether they are working, talking to others, or simply existing, there's a piece of their thoughts that is always occupied by you. They have tried to push these feelings away, to rationalize them, but the universe isn't allowing them to forget. And now, that intensity is reaching its peak. They're on the verge of making a move. This won't be a casual gesture or a subtle hint. It will be direct, unmistakable and impossible to ignore. This person is going to step forward and declare what has been growing inside them all this time. And when they do, you will feel something shift within you. At first, it might feel like too much. The way they look at you, the way they speak, it will be filled with so much certainty, so much emotion, that it might take you by surprise. You've been used to having space, to keeping things at a comfortable distance. But this person has no intention of staying in the background anymore. They will enter your space, break through the barriers you've placed, and make sure you understand that they are not going anywhere. You might feel conflicted in that moment. A part of you could instinctively want to tell them to slow down, to take a step back. But there will also be another part, deeper, quieter, that recognizes this moment for what it truly is. This is what you've been waiting for. As they speak, there will be a certain intensity in their voice, a nervous energy that makes their words rush out faster than they intended. They won't be able to help it. Being near you, finally saying what they've held inside for so long, will shake them in ways they didn't expect. You will see it in their expression, in the way their hands move, in the way they struggle to find the right words because they are feeling everything all at once. And then it will happen. A single moment, a phrase they say, a look they give you, that makes everything click into place. It won't just be about what they say, but how they say it. There will be a rawness, an honesty in their voice that will make you pause. And that's when you'll know. You won't need to search for answers anymore. You won't have to weigh your options or wonder if you should keep your heart open to other possibilities. Because in that moment, the choice will be clear. This is it. This is the connection you've been waiting for. But as this realization dawns on you, something else will happen. You will become aware of the silent heartbreak this moment is causing in the background. There are people around you who, even if they never said it out loud, had feelings for you. People who held on to the hope that maybe, just maybe, they had a chance. And now they will have to let go. Some of them you may know about, others may surprise you. That the universe wants you to understand that this is part of the journey. Not every connection is meant to last, and not every person who enters your life is meant to stay. Some are just passing through, meant to teach you something before they continue on their own path. And now, this moment of truth is unfolding before you. The universe is placing everything right in front of you. All you have to do is recognize it. When emotions reach their peak, something has to give. The universe has been building up to this moment, aligning every thought, every hesitation, every longing glance, until there is no more room for avoidance. Now, the breaking point has arrived. This person can no longer contain what they feel. They have held back for as long as they could, tried to suppress the intensity of their emotions, but it's no use. The more they try to distance themselves, the more they are pulled back toward you. Because if their heart refuses to let go, no matter how much logic tells them they should. And so, they will finally do what they have been afraid to do all along. It might come unexpectedly, a sudden confession, a declaration of love spoken in a rush of emotion. Or maybe it will be more deliberate, planned out, with every word carefully chosen. Either way, there will be no mistaking their intentions. They want you to know, with absolute certainty, that they are all in. You might not know how to react at first. Part of you may feel overwhelmed, not because you don't want this, but because it's happening so fast. You've spent so much time keeping your emotions controlled, making sure you didn't let yourself fall too deep. And now, in an instant, all of that control is slipping away. This person won't hold back. Their words will be filled with urgency. Their body language will betray just how much they have been holding inside. You may even sense a kind of desperation in them, not the unhealthy kind, but the kind that comes from someone who has finally accepted that they can't ignore their feelings any longer. They need you to understand. You might see them shift nervously, their hands unsteady as they speak. You might notice their voice tremble slightly, not out of fear, but because they align their heart there, fully exposed. They have reached the point where the risk of losing you is far greater than a fear of rejection. And that realization will shake you. For the first time, you will see them as they truly are, not just someone who has feelings for you, but someone who has struggled with those feelings, who has fought against them, who has lost sleep trying to make sense of them. And yet, despite all of that, they are here now, standing in front of you, willing to risk everything just for the chance to be with you. The universe has brought you to this moment for a reason. You've spent time convincing yourself that you were fine either way, that if this connection worked out, great, that if it didn't, you would move on. But now, with this person standing before you, eyes filled with unspoken words, you will realize that was never really true. You never wanted to move on. You were just afraid of wanting this too much. This is the moment where everything shifts. The moment where choices are no longer hypothetical, where feelings are no longer just thoughts swirling in the back of your mind. This is real. This is happening. And now, it's up to you to decide what happens next. But no matter what you choose, there is something you need to prepare for. This connection is not just affecting the two of you. Others are watching, silently taking in what is happening, and for some, this will be painful. There are people who have admired you from a distance, people who, even if they never said it out loud, held on to the hope that maybe you would see them the way they see you. And now, that hope is slipping away. The universe is asking you to acknowledge this, not to feel guilty, but to understand that love, by its very nature, sometimes comes with heartbreak. Some people are meant to be part of your story only for a chapter, not for the whole book. But this person in front of you? They are not just another fleeting presence in your life. They are not someone who will come and go. They are here, and they are asking you, pleading with you, to see them the way they see you. And now, for the first time, you truly do. The universe has removed all the illusions, all the excuses, all the distractions that once crowded your vision. Now, there is nothing left but the truth staring you in the face. And this truth is undeniable. This person has made it clear where they stand. There is no more room for guessing, no space for what-ifs. They've spoken their heart, and their actions match their words. You can see it in the way they look at you, the way they stand firm even though their heart is racing. You can hear it in their voice, raw, unfiltered, filled with a kind of certainty that is rare in this world. This isn't just another moment. It's the moment. The turning point where everything you thought you knew about this connection shifts into something deeper, something unshakable. You have spent so much time analyzing, questioning, keeping your emotions in check. But the universe is telling you, it's time to stop thinking and start feeling. You don't need to compare this to past experiences. You don't need to measure this person against some idealized version of love you created in your mind. Because what's in front of you isn't just a possibility, it's real. And deep down, you know that nothing else has ever felt quite like this. But even as this realization settles in, the weight of what's happening starts to dawn on you. The moment this connection becomes public, everything changes. The world around you will shift. There will be people who don't understand. Some will question why this is happening so suddenly, why things escalated the way they did. They won't see the countless moments of hesitation, the quiet battles that led up to this. They will only see the result. And for some, that will be difficult to accept. There will be those who silently retreat, who remove themselves from your life because they can no longer hold on to the idea of what could have been. You may lose friendships, you may notice a distance growing between you and certain people who once seemed close. But the universe is asking you, was it ever real to begin with? If someone walks away from you because you chose love, because you chose happiness, then maybe their role in your life was never meant to be permanent. Maybe they were there to teach you something, to serve a purpose for a moment in time. But not everyone is meant to stay. This is the price of stepping into something real. But despite the shift in dynamics around you, one thing remains constant: the person standing in front of you. They are here. They have chosen you. And now, the only question that remains is, will you choose them back? For so long, you've kept your options open, not necessarily out of uncertainty, but because it felt safer that way. Having options meant having an escape. It meant not having to commit fully, not having to risk everything on one person. But this person isn't an option. They are the option, the only one that truly matters. And when you realize this, when you finally allow yourself to feel the full weight of this connection, something inside you will shift. The walls you built to protect yourself will start to crumble. The hesitation that kept you in limbo will begin to fade. Because this isn't something you think about anymore. This is something you know. And when you know, truly know, there is no more reason to wait. The universe has guided you to this moment, not to confuse you, not to overwhelm you, but to give you clarity. Everything that has happened, every hesitation, every unspoken feeling, every fleeting doubt, has led to this single realization: there was never really a choice to make. Because deep down, you always knew. You knew that no one else made you feel this way. That no other connection pulled at your soul with the same intensity. That no matter how much you tried to keep things under control, to play it safe, to act as if you weren't deeply affected, this person was always different. And now, as they stand before you, raw and vulnerable, offering you their heart with no safety net, the only thing left to do is decide whether you will take it. The moment you accept this connection fully, without fear, without conditions, without worrying about what others will think, you will feel something shift inside of you. It will be as if the universe itself is exhaling, releasing all the tension that built up over time, finally allowing things to settle into place. This person will no longer be just an idea in your mind, just a possibility lingering in the distance. They will be yours. And when that happens, nothing else will matter. The people who once hoped for a chance with you will find their own paths. The ones who don't understand will eventually move on. The doubts you once had will seem irrelevant. Because what remains, the only thing that truly matters, is the connection that was meant to be. You will look at this person and know, without hesitation, that they're where your heart belongs. No more questioning. No more keeping options open. No more waiting for a sign. Because the universe has already given it to you. If this message has spoken to you, write in the comments, "Love is my only choice." Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you soon.